He's probably emailed about 2 million people all within 24 hours of any kind of request. He's forwarded about 1 million of them to me with long backstories, exciting anecdotes. He knows at least three interesting things about everybody here.
I think Scott has really brought the community together through his chairmanship of this event for the past 10 years as the former editor of Via Satellite magazine. I mean, to work a reception with Scott is truly a masterpiece in the making because he knows everybody in the room, he knows who should be meeting and networking with each other. He's probably made thousands of introductions over his career, and he's brought this community together, and it's a wonderful thing.
He is a master diplomat, master at the art of diplomacy. Makes my life a lot easier with a lot of our core exhibitors and sponsors, and is just a great high-level person who has history with just about everybody in our industry. So.
As Scott enters retirement, I'm going to miss his hugs. Every time he comes to the show, that's the first thing he does, and he's just a bright light. He has that chase charm that no one else has, and that's what I'll miss most, just, having him here and having his positivity around. But, we're excited that he'll still be involved in a limited capacity so he can enjoy his retirement, but still be a part of the show and a part of our community for years to come.
I think it will be the history that he has, again, which I alluded to, it just simply can't be replicated, the relationships he's formed throughout his decades in the industry. And again, just a different perspective, I think, coming at it from a very high-level diplomatic kind of standpoint and not necessarily in the trenches with us throughout the year, but more of an overarching perspective.
What I will miss most about Scott is that his sense of humor is so charming that you could be in the worst mood. You could be busy, you could be past deadline, rushed, but he'll call you and you can't not talk to Scott and he tells you a joke and you just kind of forget why you're upset, or busy or why you were rushed in the first place. So I will miss that calming, humorous effect that he has on everyone.
I'm going to miss Scott's experience. I think, as I've said on the opening general session, Scott brings a wealth of experience. To be in this industry over 30 years, to have the respect of an entire industry, is an amazing thing. And I think everybody you talk to about Scott only has positive sentiments and positive memories. I think for me, he's going to be an incredibly tough act to follow. I mean, how do you follow someone that has been that good for that long?
Yes, retirement. It's something I greet with mixed emotions because I've had a great 35-year run in the global satellite industry. Over the intervening 31 years of working directly in what you might call trade journalism with Access Intelligence and with the Satellite Conference, I've met people from around the world. I've made great friendships. And one of my joys along the way has been the great team I've worked with at Access Intelligence. And I have to hand it to Via Satellite and Group Editorial Director Mark Holmes and Conference Chairman Jeff Hill for really changing a lot of the models that I'd pioneered and worked very well for us for a couple of decades. Luckily, there's these new young, really sort of intellectual entrepreneurs thinking, okay, what does this global satellite industry need to hear about? What does it want to discuss? Where can we take this platform? I'm thrilled to tell everyone I meet on the floor that registrations are up nearly 10%. The exhibit hall has over 60 brand new exhibitors. I see people from 150 countries around the world, and it just blows my mind because once again, that's a number, 150. That's more people than there were people at the first several satellites. We have the next generation coming on board with my two grandsons who are Jamie, who's 15 months, and Ben, who's 14 months old. And they're both local to us, so we can provide babysitting services and or, a free meal. I live on the water. I want to get out on it more. I want it to be more than just something I look at and say, wow, someday, someday I'll be able to just paddleboard or kayak or motorboat out there, do a little crabbing, and then come home and cook my dinner. So I think I've got a lot of irons in the fire, so to speak.
Scott, thank you for everything you've done for me personally and for the Satellite Show over the past 36 years. You are an inspiration, and I wouldn't be where I am today without you, and I am so grateful to have been able to work with you. Thanks for everything.
Scott, you will be missed. It's been such a pleasure working with you. I remember meeting you for the first time when we had lunch at a very nondescript restaurant on Rockville Pike, and that was 10.5 years ago, and here we are. So it's been wonderful, and I wish you all the best in retirement, in the next stage.
Scott, I can't believe you're retiring and you're leaving it to us. It's been an absolute honor, an absolute pleasure to work with you down the years. I've used the term, it's been like getting a master's education working with you over the last few years. I really appreciate it. Your retirement is so well deserved. I hope you have a great time with your family and your grandkids, and we still look forward to seeing you at the Satellite Show, but I also look forward to hearing about your travel adventures and all the things you're getting up to in retirement. Absolute pleasure, and all the best for the future.
Scott, enjoy your retirement. Keep going on your crazy adventures, and make sure you bring back lots of stories, and have fun. Really, have fun, and don't go too far. I mean, you'll be around.